Hey, so I did a full video on this on my other channel, the Mind the MoonDawg. Definitely should check it out, about the Gen Z girl that went viral talking about how adulting is hard, you know, work and all that stuff. And, you know, I got Gen Zers in the comments of that video kind of essentially crying some more about it. Oh, you're not empathetic to our life and working 40 plus hours a week. Like, bitch, I didn't work since I was 17. What are you talking about? Furthermore, working when you're an entrepreneur or if you're a small business owner, you work 24/7. So it's almost like if you work a 9 to 5, you almost kind of got it easier than anybody who's trying to build their own business or run multiple businesses. You don't have an off day. You work 24/7. So what are we even talking about? This is why I thought that that whole thing was so dumb. And the people, the Gen Zers in the comments on that video, I'm like, you're dumb, because you're not even realizing that if you try to open up your own business, you don't have days off. You're always working because you're responsible for all of it. You don't just go in, clock in, and then when you're done, you clock out because some other corporation, some other person owns the business. You just go in, do your work, and dip. No, it's not the same thing. Anyway, she came out with a part 2 video. Let's take a look at this. Gen Z girl who complained about the 9 to 5 work schedule has a comment for Business Insider, who tried to find out where she works. I don't think that's necessarily a cool thing to do. I don't know what the purpose of that was going to be, to maybe get her fired. I don't think what she said warrants her being fired at all. That's pretty stupid. Meyer, what's up? I'm good. Welcome. All right, let's take a look at this. Part 2, America's 9 to 5 schedule and post-grad struggle. Add this to your news article.
Hey, Business Insider. Here's my comment to your article about me. I'm not talking about my job in general. My job, I'm one of the lucky post-grads that got a job in my field, which is marketing, after college. I know so many post-grads that have been searching for upwards of a year and they still can't find a job in their field, and they have hundreds of thousands of dollars in student debt. Okay, let's get that out of the way. It took me 5 months to get my job. It took me 5 months of sending out hundreds of applications every single day, probably. I probably have 10,000 applications out there, and I heard back from one employer, and that's the employer I work for now. I had to move for that job. I had to move to New Jersey because I can't afford to live in New York. The job was set in New York, and I immediately had to move, or else I knew that I wasn't going to get my foot in the door if I waited any longer.
So all of that to say right now that she's went through and has done what many people have done well before her. You graduate and you apply for jobs. Bro, I don't know anybody that graduated and has not applied for like 50, 100 jobs trying to get your break in out the door. That's pretty common for anybody graduating. I mean, when I was in college, all the people in my, you know, in my class and stuff like that, got in the senior year, everybody was, bro, sending jobs, applications everywhere, just trying to get something going right out the door. You know what I'm saying? Because once you graduate, now you got to start paying off your student loans, and that's going to hit you pretty quick. So you got to find something to make something happen here. So like everything she said, nothing about it is extraordinarily different than what people have gone through from before. That's kind of like why so many people, millennials and other generations of people are like, yo, what are you talking about? Like, you're not really talking about nothing that anybody else hasn't gone through. It's just that no one else has cried about it on the internet. You know, it's just a part of what it is. You suck it up and you get it done. She got a job in New York. She can't afford New York. That's kind of crazy, because if you have an employer in New York, they should be making you should be making enough money if you're working in New York to be able to live in that city. That's kind of crazy. But then again, you're in marketing, bro. That marketing, I don't know, man. It's such an oversaturated job and a pointless degree.
My commute is 2 hours there and 2 hours back. I said 6:15 earliest, and I sometimes get back at 7:30. It really just depends on the train that day. So I'm just one worker. I shouldn't represent. By
the way, 2 hours to and from work is literally insane. That I don't even think that's sustainable. That's not even sustainable, bro. No way this girl works there for a long period of time. At some point, she's going to get burnt out from doing that. You're working for a company, a marketing company in New York City, and you're not making enough money to live in the city. You have to go all the way out to Jersey. Don't even sound right to me in the first place. And she got hired as an entry-level marketer, probably, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, I don't know. Just already kind of seems like it wasn't really a wise decision there. You know what I mean?
everybody, because I don't even have half the struggles that most people do. Most people have kids and animals. Imagine me leaving a dog or a kid at home from 7:30 in the morning to 7:30 at night. That's animal and child abuse, but
What? Does she even know what she's talking about? Who's going to leave their kid at home all day alone? She's such an idiot. And the pet, I mean, you can get a pet sitter, right? You can have somebody come to your crib to let them out while you're working. There's so many ways to work around this. The point of my first video is that people are lacking critical thinking. They're lacking time management skills. You know what I'm saying? They're lacking self-discipline. This is some nonsensical stuff she's rambling about.
have to work, so there's nothing I can do about it. My job in general, I am so extremely thankful that my employer actually decided to reach back out to me, because a lot of them don't, because they don't want to train a college graduate. And that's the problem. Postgrads are having so much fucking difficulty finding a 9-to-5, and then when we do get thrown into a 9-to-5, we don't know how to handle it, because one, college doesn't set us up for that type of schedule. It's not a normal schedule that a human should be on anyway, so your body isn't used to that. We were all
Bro, is she literally saying that college didn't prepare us to work 9-to-5s and now that's a cope? I hate it. I hate it here. I hate it here. I hate it here. I hate it here. That's like, oh, going from high school to college. Oh, high school didn't prepare me to go to college and go to my classes 3 days a week and pick my hours. What? You really can't make this up. You really can't make this up.
During COVID, we all had to go remote. So my high school was remote and part of my college was remote. Obviously, I'm not used to working a 9-to-5 schedule, because I'm not used to being anywhere from 9 to 5 during.
There it is. She literally just said it. She's used to, probably spoiled enough being at home all the time. She said she was at home in high school and college during COVID. She just got into the workforce, bro. She just got into the workforce and she's already complaining about it. Like, this, to me, this is all entitlement. I'm not saying that a 9-to-5 is in our current society is perfect. It would be great if we worked 3 days out the week and we're off for 4. It'd be great. But like, let's keep it a buck, bro. That's not how it works. That's not how it works. College didn't prepare for nothing. And on top of that, we need to talk about how people keep picking dumb ass degrees to major in. Bro, any degree in liberal arts and sciences, and this is coming from someone that majored in political science in college, right? Although for me, it would have been different because I was working for the government. This would have helped me go back in because it made sense. So it would have benefited me. But for anybody else that has no prior experience, when I went to college, I already did 5 years in the Marine Corps, worked for the State Department, traveled the world, was in foreign affairs and diplomatic corps and stuff like that. Had the black passport. Y'all don't know about the black passport. That is very different. All right. I was moving around here, around the world, free, do whatever. So many people getting these liberal arts and sciences degrees that don't mean shit, bro. Criminology don't mean shit. Sociology don't mean shit. Psychology doesn't mean shit unless you get like a doctorate level advanced in psychology. What else? I can go down the list. Literature. Bro, it don't mean nothing. That's the problem. Thank you for the gifts, gamer. Oh, gamer girl? Gamer girl. Sounds familiar. The real problem is picking better degrees in college. Math, science, law, medicine, engineering. I can go on. These are the kinds of work, degrees that when you get out, computer sciences, cybersecurity, networking, IT networking, like, you understand that those fields, if you major in, out the door, you're going to get snatched up. Coding, software engineer. But everyone wants to do the simple shit. Oh, let me do psychology. Oh, let me do criminal justice. Oh, let me do this. And marketing, bro, marketing is one of the worst things you do. Communications. I want to tell y'all something. I went to school for political science. I spent my career in radio. I didn't have a communications degree. I didn't have broadcast journalism degree. I'm proof that your degree, it don't mean shit in the sense that, like, if you get a degree in one thing, you can find work in a completely different field. And most people tend to do that. You know what I'm saying? Gamer girl, thank you for the gifts. I appreciate that. So making bad choices in college for what you're going to major in, then you get out and you struggle to find work because you're trying to apply to an oversaturated field. Everyone's trying to work in marketing, bro. For some reason, marketing has become like the thing that everyone wants to work in, and everyone's getting a degree in it. And there's only but so many jobs out there and spots to get into it. You know what I'm saying? It's very competitive. And then you're like, oh, I can't find work. Well, what do you expect? You got to, and then on top of that, now you're on the hook for your 100+ K in debt or whatever it may be from school fees or loans and stuff like that. It's a bad, it's, you know, they be setting themselves up.
During the day. I can't even imagine the working parents out there, and like, I give so much grace to them because it's incredibly hard in America to be emotionally and mentally stable when your days are structured like that. So pretty much what I'm saying is that yes, America needs to reform the 9-to-5 schedule because it's not fair that the only people that are benefiting are the people that either run the corporations and can make their own schedules. So they just pile on the work to people that are less fortunate or people that are just extremely rich or influencers that don't have to work a regular schedule.
Let me tell you, as somebody that I guess I fit into the influencer world, I work more hours in a week than somebody in a 9-to-5 because it's all on me. If I'm not putting in the work to create content, record content, get my editor, do this, upload this, do a live stream, ain't nothing happening. Like, she is fucking clueless to the world, bro. And she's only talking from a very narrow scope of somebody that just became an adult and has no other life experiences to know better. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy that, I mean, I guess it's to be expected. A lot of Gen Zers are rallying behind her in support. Like, yeah, it's so hard out here. You know what I'm saying? Her saying that the people that run these companies just got it easy. They really don't. If you've rubbed elbows with CEOs of companies, they are doing a lot of work at all hours of the day to oversee that company, to make sure it's running properly. They're dealing with things that, you know, they don't have to deal. There's issues with production. If there's some kind of a shortage, if there's issues with personnel, they're dealing with that at home with their family while they're with their family. I mean, they're working more than their 40 hours a week. I don't think anybody top to bottom is working just 40 hours. You know what I'm saying? So it's just kind of just a weird place that we're in. It's almost like we're in the middle of like a Black Mirror episode.
So that's my comment. If you would have given me a little bit more time, I would have thought about my answer and then I would have responded. So I'd appreciate if you put this in your article and stop trying to find where I work.
Yeah, that part about finding her work is kind of, that's kind of, I would think that's kind of off limits, man. There's no need to go trying to get her work involved. I'm sure at this point, her company knows this. And hell, she works for a marketing company. This could very well have been a goddamn marketing tactic that they implemented. So maybe we all got. Maybe we all got. She works for a marketing company. Maybe this was all staged on their part for some crazy reason. Who knows? But that's my take on this Gen Z girl, on what she's had to say now with the part 2 here.